and welcome our guests. Let's go. Okay, I'll do it over here then. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing great today. It is Friday after it all, so you should all be feeling wonderful. Summertime is here, and the weekend is right around the corner. And today we are going to, first of all, start off like we always do, okay? We are going to go over to the computer. We're going to check out what we did yesterday. And then we're going to have a very short day today, not only because it's Friday, but because we're going to be putting down a second coat of purple paint on the background. And then we're not going to be able to do anything until that dries. So it's going to be a short day and a quick kickoff for the weekend. And I, as sure as hell, am not going to complain. So first of all, like I mentioned, let's go over to the computer here very quickly. Let's check out what we did yesterday, and it's pretty simple. What did we do? Well, we put down this first coat of a mauve, a light purple for our background, and then we put a second coat on our plants because you could see the brush strokes through that first coat. So that is basically what we did yesterday. I see that my microphone is extremely hot, so I'm going to turn it down since I'm right here in front of the computer. There we go. I think that will be a little bit better. So what are we going to do today? Well, I just mentioned it. We are going to put a second coat of paint of mauve just to hide all the brush strokes of our painting. We also have a guest today, and it's Instagram, which is, we're live on Instagram as well. So that is pretty cool. So before I do anything, I am just about out of white paint. I have just a little like a nutshell worth of white paint left in this jar, but I am going to reuse this jar because otherwise my option is to use this kind of a jar, which is a real pain in the neck, because when you get down to the last third and you want to scrape the paint, well, this top is so narrow that it, first of all, you get a whole bunch of paint on your knuckles and it's horrible and it's a real major drag. So I'm going to transfer the white paint into this jar, which obviously you can reach to the last drop so much better, so much easier, and the design really makes so much more sense. So first of all, I'm going to get most of it out of here just by squeezing this, and then eventually I am going to cut this. There we go. So let's flatten that out. I am going to grab my utility knife right here, and I'm going to just splice. I am going to just cut this and dump it. So let me bring over camera number one here. There we go. Bring over camera number one. Watch out for all these wires that are all over the place. There we go. And I'm going to bring camera number one down so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to zoom in a little bit as well, just like that. Well, maybe zoom out just a little bit more. There we go. So I'm going to switch over to camera number one. How does this work? Can I lower this a little bit? Turn it like that? Sure. Why not? So that is done. So let me grab my knife here. Let's cut this carefully so I don't cut my fingers off. That would be a major drag. Start off the weekend with a catastrophe like that. There we go. So I got that cut off. And let me just clean off my blade here right away. Want the paint to dry on it. There we go. That looks pretty damn good. There we go. So now I'm just going to grab a little spoon that I have right here, and I'm just going to scrape all this white paint and dump it in this larger jar. There we go. Don't want to waste a drop, man. This stuff costs so much money. You don't want to waste anything. There we go. That looks pretty good. We'll get rid of that. And now let's bring in this guy here and dump the rest of this white paint in here. There we go. It should fill it just nicely. Very good. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scrape to the bottom of this. Make sure I get every drop of white paint. Just like that. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. I don't think I wasted anything, or not too much. Very good. Get rid of that. Smooth this white paint in the jar like that. And I'll clean off my knife in 30 seconds once I put the paint in on my palette. So, let's grab the same palette we had yesterday. And we're going to put a little bit of purple paint and some white paint and make it a light purple. Try to get a beautiful mauve color. Where's my purple? Oh, it's right over here. Let me grab my knife. And yesterday I barely had enough paint. So I am going to use a larger palette, just like this one. Let's see if I can't get rid of this paint that's all dried on there. There we go. Just ripping. And here you can see exactly that the binder that holds the pigments together in acrylic paint is polymer emulsion. And this stuff just peels off because this is a non-porous surface. And then when you look at what I peeled off, you realize that acrylic paints is nothing more than just plastic. That's pretty amazing, really. So, it gives us a nice clean palette. So let's put some purple paint in there. And yesterday I realized like the purple overwhelms the white paint very quickly. So I'm not going to put that much because I don't want to, again, have any wastes. Not at the prices that paints cost. So I'm going to clean off my knife just like that. I am going to switch back to camera number 2 and pull this camera back a little bit. Just like that. And we'll blend in the paints together in a few seconds. As soon as I add a little bit of white paint, there we go. Maybe just a little more because I want it to be a light purple. And that looks like it'd be the right quantity. Let me close off this. Very good. And I am, instead of white cleaning this off in one of my cans of water, I'm going to just basically take it to the sink way back over here in my little kitchen area. There we go. And first of all, let me get a brush here. Get the maximum of the white paint off my spoon here. right? We don't want to waste anything. There we go. There we go, nice and clean. And now we can blend in the paints together to make a nice, beautiful mauve, if possible. So I'm going to do that on both cameras, just like that. Got a little jar of water right here. I don't know, can this turn even more? I don't dare move this too much. Don't want my phone falling off. So let's just blend everything together. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more water. So today going to be like a 15, well, maybe 25-minute stream, and then let this dry over the weekend, and on Monday we'll start attacking the details to the background. And then after that, little by little, that's going to take already like 2-3 days just to do the background, the details on top of this mauve paint. And then towards the end of next week, we'll start adding more plants and details to the foreground of our painting. So that's basically what's going to be happening. So there we go, got this color, looks kind of nice, right? Nice kind of color there. I am keeping in mind that when it dries, it's going to darken a little bit. Which means what? I just put a little dot right on my canvas here, and I can see it's a little bit lighter, so when it dries, it'll probably be slightly lighter than what I have as a background now. So that's fine with me. So, like usual, since I'm right-handed, I'm going to start on this upper left-hand corner, right up there. There we go, got camera number 1 ready for that. I'm going to put this down for a second and use both hands to move my phone in the tripod. Again, because I am worried that this damn thing would fall off. And that would be a major drag. As you can imagine, having my phone fall and break. So how does that look? That looks pretty good. It's out of the way. Both cameras seem to be okay, so let's get to it. Let's get the second coat done. Maybe add just a tad of water. It seems a little bit thick. There, that looks good. So let's get the second coat. Of course, on the camera, you can't really see these brush stroke marks that I'm talking about. But when you're standing in front of the camera, it's rather obvious. And let's see if I can't move this tripod over here, because I really, well, oh well, that's the way it goes. I don't like standing in front of the lens. Sometimes you just can't avoid it. go. Let's just stay on these surfaces where it's easy to go with this big brush, and I'll switch brushes for the narrower areas just to make it easier for me. There we go. Let's go around his head. I'll switch over and grab this smaller paintbrush. Where is it? Right here, I guess. Just to go in this area without having to struggle too much. There's no reason for me to get that close to the leaves here, because there will be two edges on here. There'll be the details of the leaves themselves, and then on top of that, there'll be an outline, a black outline. So I don't really have to be that precise. Kind of tend to do it anyways. I don't know why. Force of habit, maybe, just to make sure I have a nice steady hand. Who knows? So there we go. And continue. So I'm going to turn this baby over here. Zoom in just a whisker. There we go. Let's bring this up a little bit like that. And let's get the second coat over here. Again, I'm going to just do the areas that go quickly with my large paintbrush. There's going to be so much stuff on top of this background that, but still, you don't want those ugly paintbrush strokes showing through, even though there's going to be so much happening. Might not even notice it, but whatever. There we go. Very good. Just grab a little dab of water. Yes, indeed, this is going to go quickly. So I might as well stay on this right-hand side. Let me bring this camera down. Maybe zoom out a little bit. There we go. I'm going to dab of water here. There we go. There we go. That's pretty easy. Okay, so let's get back to this left-hand side of our painting. Very good. Let's continue. Get all the edges here. There's no need for me to be that close again. There we go. Do all the parts that need the small paintbrush. And I'll switch back to the larger brush as soon as this is done, where I can just kind of bull and jam. There we go. I do have the fan behind me, so keeping me cool, but making this painting dry very quickly as well. There we go. So let's continue. We're just about done here, really. There we go. Just said I didn't need to get that close to the edges, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Unbelievable. Don't even listen to what I'm saying. Or doing what I'm saying, I should say. I'm listening, but I'm not following my own advice. Okay, so that's pretty good. Where are we here? Just this little part. And then around my TheZenRebel guy here. Okay, I guess the rest I can get with a larger paintbrush. And within a few seconds, we should be all done for the day. Woohoo! There we go. There we go, just down here a little bit. Well, I sure as hell didn't waste any paint, that's for sure. Barely had enough to finish this. But anyway, so, very good. There we have it. I will come back over here. Let's bring this guy over here. Something like that. And then, where is the cap to my jar of white paint? Oh, here it is. Okay, very good. Put that back there. Put these paintbrushes in water. And let's step back for a second, take a look and see what we did. Okay. All right, very good. Well, I don't think I'm going to be doing a recap of today's work. I mean, not that interesting to see someone put a second coat on. But that's the way it goes. So anyways, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope I'll see you Monday for the continuation of the background on this painting. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. So, my Instagram friends, I say ciao. And now I'm just going to come and say goodbye to my YouTube friends. There we go. So let's come over here. And just as I was saying, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you'll join me on Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to leave you like I usually do with, I thought I had some paint there. I'm going to leave you like I usually do with two things. I'm going to leave you with my schedule, and I'm going to leave you by saying, ciao mes amis.